Good day, my people, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. Today, our topic is, how can I do such a thing and commit an abomination? My people, before we start in our lesson proper, let us approach the throne of the Most High and thank Him for this opportunity where we can share His words with each other. O great, supreme, and sovereign Creator Yahweh, the one who is omnipotent, the one who is omnipresent, the one who is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Father, I come before you this day to thank you for this opportunity to speak to your people. Most High, let only the things that you've placed upon my heart proceed out of my mouth. Send your Holy Spirit to direct my path and my thoughts, so that the evil ones will not interfere and put words in my mouth that should not have been there. In Yahushua's name I say, let it be done. Our scripture reading today is coming from Genesis chapter 39, and we are reading verse 9. That is Genesis chapter 39, verse 9. And it says, "There is none greater in this house than I, neither has he kept back anything from me but thee, because you are his wife. How then can I do such great wickedness and sin against my God?" These are the words of the son of Jacob, Joseph. When Joseph uttered these words, many things had transpired in the life of Joseph. First, he became victims of his brothers, who sold him into slavery. He was purchased by a man in Egypt by the name of Potiphar. He was one of Pharaoh's leading governors. Potiphar fell in love with Joseph. He saw an honesty in Joseph that he had never seen in anyone in all of Egypt. And as a result of the honesty that he saw in Joseph, Potiphar gave over his house and everything he owned under the management of Joseph, being confident that Joseph will be a faithful steward, managing all of his wealth and his household to the best of his ability. And so he did. But as the scripture said, Joseph was a very handsome young man. And Potiphar's wife fell in love with Joseph. Now, there is nothing wrong with seeing someone who is beautiful or handsome and admiring them. But when it comes to the point where a married woman is willing to sacrifice her marriage to participate in adultery, when the Most High says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," it's another thing. Potiphar's wife fell in love with Joseph, and she boldly went to Joseph and said to Joseph, "Come and have sex with me." It is then Joseph uttered the words in Genesis chapter 39 verse 9. "How can I do such a thing and sin against my God? How can I do such great wickedness and sin against my God?" Joseph understood that for him to sleep with Potiphar's, his boss's wife, was a great betrayal of the trust that Potiphar has instilled in him. But he also realized more important than the trust that Potiphar have placed in him. It would be a great betrayal of the God who take him from being a field slave and put him to manage the affairs of one of Pharaoh's governors. How can I do such great wickedness and sin against my God? For the utterance of these words, Joseph find himself in the prisons of a strange land. He had no one to visit him, no one to comfort him, no one to sympathize or empathize with him. He was in a great peril. People, today in this world, we are made serious demands upon by others. There are people who want us to treat them as if they are God. And there are some who want us to compromise the standard of the Most High to please them in many forms. But my people, we all have to stand firm. We have to stand firm on the solid rock. We have to stand firm on the faith, the love, and the knowledge that the Most High, who created heaven and earth, is able to keep you from falling. He is able to protect you under all circumstances. People, remember this. We are the Israelites of the Bible. We are the direct descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Most High had promised that He will take care of us. Everything that happens in our lives was either ordained by the Most High or it was permitted by the Most High. Nothing that happens in our life or nothing that happened to us could happen unless the Most High God give the approval for such to come to pass. My people, when bad things happen to us, you have to remember that we are gold. And gold show its quality after it went through great pressure. So when adverse things happen in our life, it is the Most High who allow it, because there are some residue that are connected to us that preventing us from shining out as gold normally shine out. There are some residue that attached to us that is preventing us from meeting our true and full potential. So the Most High put us through these things so we can achieve our true potential and we can shine out like the true gold that we are for Him. People, remember, it's the Most High who give you your body. It's the Most High who give your body life. It's the Most High who determined who your parents were going to be, your mother and your father. It is the Most High who determined which part of the world you were going to be born. It is the Most High who determined in which time period in Earth's history you are going to be born. It is the Most High who determined who your siblings were going to be. It is not by chance. It is the Most High who determined who all of your friends were going to be. People, our lives had been planned out by the Most High to accomplish a particular fate, to accomplish a particular purpose that will glorify Him. It is the Most High who determined who all of your enemies and your detractors are going to be. People, it is the Most High who determines everything about our life. In other words, if it's the Most High who determines what happened to us at various stages of our lives, and the Most High intention is for us to make it into his kingdom, for us to be successful in the same way. Even when David, the king of Israel, was a fugitive, he have never lost a war. And when David became king, he have never lost a war. Because it is the Most High who directed David's path. In the same way, it is the Most High who are directing your path. It's the same way the Most High is directing my path. He did not ordain it for we to be losers. He have ordained it so that we can win, and he get involved in our affairs to ensure that we will win. So people, every opposition that you face, every person who comes up against you, every situation of difficulty that you face was placed there by the Most High, and the Most High have already worked it out for you to be successful. For you to be successful. So when there are people who want you to treat them like they are the Most High, like they have the power and the authority to determine your future, they have the power and the authority to override and overrule the decision of the Most High God. They don't, and they should never be treated as if they are the Most High God. You must not be afraid of them, you must not fear them, and you must not love them so much that your love for them cause you to treat them as if they are your God. No one. People, you all know, I am living in California. I speak about California on many occasions in these messages past, and I'll speak about it again because it's a school for the righteous. I'm telling you this. There's a song that was recorded and brought to the public attention in the 70s. It is called Welcome to the Hotel California by the Eagles. This song seemed very harmless, very innocent, beautiful melody, easy to understand, easy to sing lyrics, beautiful to sing. Anytime it comes on the radio, the people who are listening are always motivated and moved to sing along with this song. Even if it's only the chorus, Welcome to the Hotel California. It's such a lovely place. It's such a lovely place. Living it up at the Hotel California. A nice, easy, melodious song. But this song has within it a lot of hidden meanings, a lot of hidden messages. And you will never understand these messages because of the innocence at which you take this song. Listen to some words in this song and you'll get to understand what I'm saying. It starts out, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, the warm smell of Callisters rising up in the air. Song innocent. On face value, you'll never ever think about what is Callisters. But when you go and you research it, it is a word that the Hispanic people use as a slang for buttocks, for the butt, for the posterior. So what they're saying, there's a warm smell of butt, of bati, of buttocks in the Californian air. People remember, I've been telling you for quite a while that everyone I met in California have participated or indulged in homosexuality. Everyone. The woman, abortion, and homosexuality. Everyone. And here we have a song from the 1960s, a very popular song that we all sang, where this group, the Eagles, which are they're not all California natives. I'm wrong because I researched it. But it is a California farm group. And they're saying, on the dark desert highway, cool wind in my head, some peaceful and nice, warm smell. When you say warm, you get something that is close and fuzzy. That make you feel warm and nice. Smell of Callisters rising up in the air. Warm smell of buttocks. You see the underneathness of the song? You see the hidden messages are found in the song? Then she stood in the doorway. I heard a mission bell. I think to myself, this can be heaven or this can be hell. And then he heard a voice in the doorway saying, welcome to the Hotel California. Let's go on to verse 2. This is the lady who is in control of the Hotel California. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. That means her mind is twisted and vanity, based on vanity. She got Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys that she called friends. She got a lot of pretty boys that she called friends. A lot of pretty boys. The emphasis is on pretty and boys. She didn't have no girlfriends, because the truth about homosexuality is anal sex. And anal sex, men with men. That is why she has a lot of pretty boys that she called friends. And you know who they call talking about here? She? Lucifer. Lucifer, who is referred to as Lucy, the goat. Verse 3. Mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne and ice. This is what they are reflecting on the sexual orgies that they have in these mansions that have mirrors on the ceiling. So these nasty people, when they're having their homosexual act, their threesomes and foursomes and tensome, whatever they're doing, they can look up and see everything that is happening. It entices their lust. And they do that while they drink expensive beverages like champagne. And they said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. In the master's chamber, we gathered for the feast. We stab it with our steel and knife, but they just cannot kill the beast. You catch where I'm coming from? The beast is Satan. Once you are in, you can never get out. Once you have come to California and live, you would never leave with your soul. Never leave with your soul. The last time I remember, I was running to the door. I had to find the passageway back to the place I was before. Once you come here and live here, it is almost impossible for you to ever get back to where you were with your soul intact. Relax, said the night man. We are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Something I wanted you to notice here. We are programmed to receive. Program is a word that is associated with a structured practice or a computer program, right? Where something is designed to do a certain thing. Programming, as it was related to a mechanism or an apparatus that is designed to do a certain thing, was not a popular word in the 70s when this song was penned and recorded. So you see here, we know that this song is demon inspired. because of these things. So they are programmed, they are set up in such a way where they can only receive. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave. People, I don't know how much of you believe me when I tell you my stories about California. I don't know how much of you believe me when I tell you the stories about California. But there's another story I want to share here today with you. In November of 2021, I had 2 fasts in November. I had a 7-day fast and I had a 10-day fast. My first fast in November was a 7-day fast. I went for 7 days because I think somewhere in 2020 I did my first 7-day fast. And when I felt the need to fast, and when the Most High tell me I must go on a fast, I went on a 7-day fast. After that fast was broken, I ate a few days and I had a desire to go on a second fast. So this time I said I'm going to try to fast for 10 days without eating and without drinking water. And on the last night of the fast, on night number 10, well, let me back up one. These evil people in California will have their demonic forces, their demons, come and attack me in my sleep sexually, homosexual kind of behaviors. You know what I mean? So, on the last night of my fast, their demons, and when I say demons, I mean hocus pocus demons. These are people who are walking about in the day, who transform into demonic forces in the night and can come into your houses or wherever you are and terrorize you. So on the last night of my 10 days fast, this demon who I knew came to harass me. And when he was there, I was able to go into the spiritual world and confront him on his own turf. And when I did that, I mean consciously, I was able to consciously transition from the physical world, go into the spiritual world and confront this demon, and he ran off like a scared chicken. But because I only planned to do a 10 days fast, the next day I broke the fast. My people, listen to me carefully. That is why they don't want us to fast and do long fasts. Jesus fasted for 40 days. And at the end of his 40 days fast, you know what? He had a confrontation with the devil, where the devil tried to tempt him in all manner of points to get him to fall. My people, after I broke the fast, I realized that I went in to the spiritual world in my conscience and confront this demon who ran out from me. My people, I was so ashamed of myself that I break that fast at that time, because I was on the verge of something special, something new, and I interrupted. So on November the 31st, the last day of November, the 30th I think, yes, that was my last meal before I entered December. And I fasted for 20 days, trying hard, hoping that I will reach that stage again where I can learn how to enter into the spiritual realms in my conscious, with a conscious state of mind, and confront demonic forces. Because you have to remember, after Jesus Christ did his 40 days fast, he was able to speak to devils and demons and cast them out. You understand? It became more popular, more prevalent in his life. So I went and I fasted for 20 days. in order to recapture what I wanted to recapture. But in that 20 days fast, my mind was so open that I began to see the reality of this California of America and this world. I realized that the righteous can be vulnerable, because as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego says, when Nebuchadnezzar was about to cast them in the fiery furnace and asked them to bow before the statue, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego declared, Nebuchadnezzar, we know that our God is able to save us, and he may not choose to save us from your fiery furnace. But whether or not God is going to help us through this, we are not going to bow down to your statue and dishonor our God. People, you have to remember that when we are going through our problems, he promised that he will always take care of us. But sometimes we have to be burned in order to get the residue off of the gold that we are, so we can shine out better. It is not every time the Most High step into our affairs immediately and prevent us from experiencing hardship. My people, I knew that God is willing to protect me from the realities that I have confronted after my second session of fast. And I posted on Facebook, and I was ready to die, because these people wanted me to get involved in homosexuality. I put a page on Facebook. A lot of people became concerned. They thought I was sick and I was experiencing some type of terminal illness from the way I spoke in that post on Facebook. But I was not experiencing any terminal illness. Is that I came to the realization that when you choose to live righteously in this world, it is only the Most High who is able to protect you from the evil of those who wants to destroy you. That is the realization I came to. And I said to myself, I will never participate in an abomination intentionally. I will never get involved with homosexuality or bestiality as they want me to. I rather die. That was why I put that post there. That very evening, I went to the Rose Garden to pray. And I was praying on the platform at the Annenberg building. And I was agonizing with the Most High because of the reality that had just struck me. I was speaking to the Most High. I was speaking to the Most High. I said, Father, these people want me to indulge in homosexuality. They are doing everything in their powers. Most High, if you don't help me, I will die, because I will never do it. And as clear as day, as clear as you hearing me now, I hear the voice say, we are going to go easy with you. We are going to go easy with you is what the voice said. And because I was desperate, because I really wanted the assurance from the Most High, I took this voice that I heard in the midst of my agonizing with the Father to be the words of the Father giving me the assurance that everything is going to be all right. People, I got up from my knees all happy and well. I start to eat again. I start eating again. I start building up my weight and putting on my weight. People, some strange things start happening around me. People, listen carefully. When I go to Ralph's supermarket, the supermarket where most of the Caucasians shop, the security are always watching me and menacing me or trying to give me a hard time. One time, one of the security accused me of stealing. I don't steal, have no reason to steal. Have no reason to steal. So me and him had a big argument. I said unto me, well, brother, when you all were running about doing gangs and stealing, participating in homosexuality and all kind of thing, I was busy working with my people in my community, trying to build myself and to build my community. You know how hard I worked for my reputation? You know how hard I worked for my good name? I remember as a child, my father said, I don't have much to leave for you but my good name. When I give you my good name, don't tarnish it. I take my father's word seriously. I don't play around with my father's name. That was all he left for me. I work hard and I told him that. He left me alone and he went back to his business. But however, after that prayer and after I heard the voices, don't worry, we are going to go easy on you. I thought it was the voice of the Most High. All of the securities, when I go to these places, were now friendly with me. People who hated me and openly showed their hate for me was now waving at me and saying hi. All the people who hated me and showed their hate to me openly were now waving at me and saying hi. And I noticed everywhere I turned were homosexuals. They were homosexuals that looked like women. Homosexuals with big breasts. Homosexuals that were very feminine. Everywhere I turned, there were homosexuals. Everywhere. And it's then I realized that the voice that I heard in the middle of my agonizing with the Most High was not the voice of the Most High, but was the voice of one of the devils. And people, I missed out the part. After I heard that voice, I saw one of the devils dressed in the uniform of the highway patrol walk out of the Anningburg building on the platform on which I prayed. And he smiled at me and he said, hello, good day. It is not their habit to do that. So when the voice that I heard in the middle of my prayer, in the middle of my agonizing for the Most High, for the reassurance from the Most High that He is going to take care of me, I heard the voice of devils telling me that they are going to take it easy on me, that meaning that they are going to make the transition of me losing my soul and becoming a slave to some Caucasian as easy as possible. That is why all of these homosexuals were coming in my fear, were coming in my path, were coming around me. Homosexuals, men with big boobs and big butts, look like women. Men with feminine posture and feminine behavior. You think it's women. Everywhere I turn, men in thongs and G-strings on the beach coming around me, because it was the devil's decision to make my transition where I offer my soul to him through the act of homosexuality. Man having sexual intercourse with man, an easy transition. My people, welcome to the Hotel California. Welcome to California. The place, once you come here, they will do all in their power to ensure that you leave without your soul. You will be the enemy of God. You will be the enemy of God. People, look at how far we reach. Where the devil was tempting Joseph with sex with a married woman, now they are tempting us with homosexual sex. Now they are tempting us. Men having sex with men or having sex with beasts. My people, anytime you participate in homosexuality, you become a slave. You get a master. You become demon-possessed. The Spirit of the Most High leave you. And Those people who controls the demon that possesses you controls you. Look all about California. And this is all we have here. Demon-possessed people walking about as if everything is all right. They know they are doomed to hell. I've met people who told me that they will never go to heaven since I come to California here. Not that they don't want to, but the abomination that they got involved in is now preventing them. It's now a big stumbling block in their path to heaven, a stumbling block they will never be able to overcome. People, how could I do such a thing and abominate against my God? My people, after I came off of that fast and my mind was clear and open, and the Most High would have shown me the condition of this world and the condition of the people around me, I was willing to die. That is why I put that post on Facebook, because I was willing to die rather than to defile my body in homosexuality and do such gross, disgusting wickedness against my God. Today my stands have not changed. I will never participate in homosexuality. My people, when they realize it is now what? Over 4 months since they have been grooming me to take part in homosexual activities, providing an easy path into homosexuality for me. 4 months I have not participated, and they have been getting angry, they have been getting agitated. You understand? They have been getting agitated. Anytime these demons are vexed, I know the Most High have put it in me to understand their operation, to know when they are vexed and when they are not vexed, when they are upset, when they are not upset, and when they are pleased with you and when they are not pleased with you. People, I've been hearing these people speak to me and tell me what to do, like how you are hearing me speak to you. But they were speaking to me through the demonic forces that are waiting to possess me. They were speaking to me through the demonic forces that are waiting to possess me, to make me into a slave, to ensure that I am a reprobate and will not be able to serve the Most High in spirit and in truth. People, what you don't know is Ralph Gonsalve has already sent his servant, one of his servants, to America to bring me to a place of submission to him and his government. It will never happen. My people, I was willing to die. I was willing to die then, I'm willing to die now. Let me tell you why I cannot betray the Most High. I should not have been born. I could have been aborted. Not by an intentional destruction of a baby. I could have been aborted due to an accident that my mother had. That is a story for another time. I should not have passed 5 years old, because I should have been drowned in the waters of Bottom Tongue. But my caretaker, who was with me, was instrumental in ensuring that I didn't drown. I could not have been alive today, because on the 5th of August 1985, on Villa Beach, I was fatally stabbed. But the Most High not only saved my life, he allowed a man who was a paramedic, who was passing himself off as a doctor, who have never went to medical school, to perform a surgical procedure on me. And that surgical procedure was successful, because when the Most High get involved in your life, there is nothing he can't do. There is no one he can't use to take care of you. I should not be alive today because as a police officer, while working in Chateau my colleagues were paid to kill me, and they injured me, and they leave me on the floor of a building to die. But the Most High revived me and get me up and let me walk out of that building on my own 2 feet and confront them in the yard of the house while they were discussing how they are going to explain my death to the superior and to the media. People, I have had many near-death experiences. In Bermuda, they were doing some electrical work, underground electrical work. I think it was in Devonshire Parish. And they leave a manhole open. They normally don't do this in Bermuda. The workers do the work and they always cover up. They always put it back when nightfall and they dig again. But on this particular occasion, they leave a manhole open with electrical wires in it. That manhole, rain came and filled that manhole of water, and the rainwater washed away the sign that was warning people of a manhole there. And they called me to go and send me an assignment to go and see what is happening there and to make it as safe as possible for commuters. As soon as I step up on that thing to look in to see what is happening, the entire bank slipped down and I was in the water with all of the electrical wires down there. I could have been electrocuted, but the Most High saved me. I should have died about 20 times and the Most High saved me. He gave me many years after. Now I am 55 going on to 56 years old. People, should I be afraid to die and die for the Most High after the Most High have seen it fit to bring me through all of these things? Never. I am willing to die, but they do not have the authority to kill me. They try using the LAPD, they try using the sheriff, they try using gang members. They are unable to kill me. I tell you this, bold and without fear, I will return to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the land of my birth. I am going to die at a ripe old age of some exorbitant number, 100 plus, high up. I'm going to die with all my children around me. I'm going to bless them in the same way Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob blessed his children. And in the same way, the 12 sons of Jacob blessed their children. And I am going to pull up my foot and I am going to die in peace. And on that bright and glorious morning, when the trump of God will sound and the dead in Christ shall rise, I will rise in the first resurrection, because I have to see my Father's face. I have to see my Prince Yahushua face. I have to see King Yahweh's glory beaming down. My people, this is no joke. I tell you of the mark of the beast before. They don't want you to know what the mark of the beast are. But my people, be strong, be faithful, knowing that your faithfulness to the Most High is going to be rewarded. He has promised that He will never leave you nor forsake you. He said that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against you in judgment shall be weighed. This is the word of the Most High. This is the promise that the Most High had made to the children of Jacob. You and I, the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. So when you become bewildered and you think that your enemies are able to overrule God. Remember that Jehovah is omnipotent, he's all powerful. Every power, even the power that Lucifer possesses, belongs to the Most High, and he can bind those power at any time. As a matter of fact, if he chose to take away the power from Lucifer today, Lucifer would be without power. All of the powers of your enemies belong to the Most High. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 7 says, your enemies will come at you and attack you, but they will flee from you in 7 directions, because the Most High controls your enemies. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 9 says, the Lord will establish you a holy people to himself, as he has sworn unto you, but only if you keep the commandments of the Most High and walk in his ways. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 10 says, and all the people shall be called, shall know, all your friends, all your enemies, all your opposers, every devil, every demon, every beast will know that you are called by the name of the Most High, and they will all be afraid of you. They are only acting brave and powerful now, but the reality is they are fronting, they are pretending, they are afraid of you, especially when you are faithful through the Most High. People, if money is a problem, the Most High say, if you're faithful to me, he will make it that you will lend to many nations and you will never borrow. He will make us the head, not the tail, and we will always be above and never beneath. People, these are the promises of the Most High. He cannot go back in his words. And if you are sure that you're faithful and you're not seeing these promises coming to pass in your life, take some time out. Deprive yourself of food. Go on a fast and talk to the Most High and say, Father, I've been living faithful to you, and you promised me, if I am faithful to you in all of your way, in all of my ways, this is what you have promised you're going to do for me, and I'm not seeing it. It is time that you live up to your word, my Father. Live up to your promises you make to me in your holy scriptures. People, we have not because we ask not. Oh, great supreme and sovereign Most High, as I come to the end of this session of teaching to your people, Most High, I ask in your infinite mercies that you'll give the people who listen to this understanding. Let them know that you are the one true, living, and sovereign God. You are all powerful, you are omnipotent, you are omnipresent, you are omniscient, you are all knowing, you are everywhere. Father, let them know that the powers that their enemies has over them is your power to be bound at any time on their requests. We have not because we ask not. In Yahushua's name I say, let it be done. My people, go out there and have a wonderful day. I will talk to you tomorrow. I'm out.